Saturday night's main event isn't just a special, it's how WWE decides to end the career of John Cena. Let's go. What's good, everybody? It's MFG DeeZ, and this is a Saturday night main event special for the Crimson Mass Show. We're talking about John Cena. We're talking about Gunther. We're talking about legacy and what the night really means to WWE. There's been a lot of chatter. There's been a lot of discourse about John Cena versus Gunther. A lot of different people have been bandied about from the beginning of this last time is now tournament, and we finally reached the culmination of the tournament that results in John Cena versus Gunther. Now, here's a couple of things. Number one, at the beginning, we all thought, oh my God, this amazing thing is going to happen. We're going to have Chris Jericho. We're going to have Edge. And I think as time went on a little bit, we started to figure out, like, okay, it's not realistic for those guys to show up. They're either under contract, they're either under no complete clauses or whatever. So we didn't get that. So then once we accepted the participants in the tournament, we are like, okay, maybe it'll be LA Knight, maybe it'll be Carmelo Hayes. You know, we knew Gunther was there. We knew that it was a very high likelihood that Gunther was going to end up being the guy to challenge John Cena. But we all kind of felt like that was a little bit too predictable. But I got a news flash for you guys. It was 100% the right choice. Let me break it down for you. John Cena, legendary wrestler, known throughout his entire career of slaying giants, and more particularly, slaying foreign giants, which is what Gunther is. Whether we're talking about Rusev, like, I think he even fought Khali before. Like, John Cena was always the American hero sent out to put down the foreign threat. So, what do you think his last match should have been? John Cena, the American hero, putting down a foreign threat. Now, there's a pretty damn good chance that it doesn't turn out that way. The the talking points and promos have been completely one-sided. We haven't heard one promo from John Cena about Gunther. All we've been getting is these vignettes, this do 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 do, and them talking about the past. That's all we've been getting. Gunther, on the other hand, has been talking shit, slapping cameras, saying he wants to make John Cena. Gunther's been the one doing all the talking. He's been doing all the talking. So would I be surprised if John Cena shuts him up in his final match? No. No. What but the question is, what kind of match are we going to see? Are we going to see one of those matches where Gunther beats the shit out of John Cena for the entire match, for John Cena to pull out a super AA and a win? We'll see. Or are we going to get one of those Brock Lesnar style matches where Gunther just completely obliterates John Cena on his way out? I think that's a very low likelihood of happening. John Cena, if you look back since this last little run started, John Cena has been doing a lot of fucking losing since he lost the WWE title. He's been doing a lot of losing. He's been losing to Dominic. He's been getting beat up by Roxanne and Raquel and Liv Morgan. Like, he's been getting the shit kicked out of him since I don't know when. So if you're gonna send him off by letting Gunther just dominate him, that's gonna leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. I think that you're gonna definitely see John Cena pull this one out. I don't think he's gonna dominate Gunther, but I do think he's gonna show us what he's been known for in his 20 plus career, that he can rise above the hate, that he has the hustle, he has the loyalty of the fans, and to the fans that he don't have loyalty, he will earn their respect. I think that he will do all of that, and he will overcome Gunther. Do I think we're going to see Super Cena tonight? There might be flashes of Super Cena, but I don't think we're going to get the Super Cena of old. Gunther in this match is definitely so. A lot of the reasons why a lot of people didn't want Gunther to make it to this match is because he doesn't need the rub. Gunther doesn't need the John Cena experience in order to elevate his profile. Gunther profile is already elevated. So I think a lot of it had to do too with just make it a safe choice for John Cena. So we have the foreign threat aspect, and we had like Gunther is a safe choice, and we also have Gunther is a huge obstacle for John Cena to overcome in this final match. But pretty much nothing in this match, not going around and round and round about it. Nothing in this match really, in my opinion, does anything for Gunther. Gunther is already a made man. So there's no instance where, oh man, look at that Gunther. He stuck in there, he hung in there with John Cena. And that's not this type of match. This match is strictly designed for John Cena to overcome an obstacle. And I think the obstacle is Gunther. And I think Gunther's gonna beat the shit out of him for most of this match. And he's gonna ride off into the sunset in a positive manner. Um So I mean, that's kind of like where I'm at. Um, and so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've seen a lot of farewell matches in my day. This one, honestly, I feel like this one has had the most fanfare. This is a new thing. This is a new thing, not just in professional wrestling. This is a new thing in sports where guys let people know a year in advance, like, hey, this is my last year. Give me my flowers because I'm going to be going after this. And it's interesting to see how they're going to end it off with John Cena here. And I think that they're going to let him win. I think the whole purpose of why he's been losing, why his booking has been so terrible, and I'm going to get some more into that in a second. I think why his booking has been so terrible is because they were preparing us to see him claim a victory in his final match. I think that's the whole reason behind this. And I think fans who have been upset, they're going to get that moment. Saturday night's main event isn't just about John Cena. There's some other interesting things going on in that match. Pause, time out. I need to talk about the other matches too. What are the other matches? Despite the majority of the night being about John Cena, it's more, despite the rest of the night, despite most of the night being about John Cena, it's not all about John Cena. It's about the future of WWE because we got 3 more matches for Saturday night's main event. Bailey stole Ruka. What do I have to say about that? Uh, I think I like Sol Ruka. I like her a lot. I think a lot of people hate on her. Honestly, I think most of the people I see online hating Sol Ruka are like AEW fans. Cause like they're on there like, oh, her finisher is dumb. Are you fucking kidding me? That finisher is like one of the best finishers in professional wrestling. Like, the fuck are you talking about? That's why, cut and dry, plain and simple, I'm gonna say that Sol Ruka is gonna be the one to walk away to win this match. Bailey doesn't need a win. Like Bailey winning hurts Sol Ruka more than Sol Ruka winning hurts Bailey. I think it's simple as that. I think it's an opportunity to put the Soul Snatcher on the main stage and show people what it's like. I think all these people on the show are getting called up. AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and Leon Slater. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are going to win. Um, they've already planted the seeds for the Usos fighting AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. I think the whole purpose of Javon Evans and Leon Slater being on Saturday night's main event is to further highlight Javon Evans, who I expect to get called up fairly soon, and Leon Slater to also do the same thing for TNA, give TNA a nice plug. And we know between those 4 performers that is going to be an excellent high flying spot monkey fest. And sometimes, man, you need that on the show. So I think we're going to see that. We're going to see a lot of flippity doodah, a lot of like cool shit. But I expect AJ and Dragon Lee to come out on top. Like, I expect that. What I'm looking forward to probably more, not more, I'm tripping, but kinda, than John Cena Gunther match is Cody Rhodes and Oba Femi. One thing I could tell you, Oba Femi, go back and watch my early videos. Go back on Crimson Mass Pro Wrestling. Go back and watch my early shorts while I was talking about Oba Femi. I'm talking about when Oba Femi first started. I was putting the crown on Oba Femi when he first started. When he first started, go back and look. Go back and look. Fire Mid Trash, Crimson Mass Pro Wrestling. Look at those shorts. I was saying Oba Femi was gonna be the fucking man. I was saying that before anybody was talking about Oba Femi. It was me. And now he getting to fight Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. He's always been a great physical, intimidating presence in the wrestling ring. But lately, he's also been white hot on the mic. As white hot on the mic as somebody whose gimmick is a person from Wakanda can be. I am Oba Femi. I am the ruler. Like he's been really like fucking like he's really been going in. And it was no exception on SmackDown last night. He told Cody that the future is now. And in Saturday night's main event, the future very much should be now. It should be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you don't agree with me, fine. Oba Femi should win that match against Cody Rhodes. Just like Solrook and Bailey, Oba Femi has barely fucking lost in his career so far in WWE. If you bought him up to Saturday night's main event just to have him lose to Cody Rhodes, don't fucking call him up. Don't. Don't call him up no time soon. His job at Saturday night's main event, and damn it, I'll put money on it. I'm predicting him to beat Cody Rhodes. His job at Saturday night's main event is to go there, beat the shit out of Cody. Now, I don't care if it got to be Cody being distracted because Drew McIntyre's on his mind. Drew McIntyre, Claymore, and Cody after a ref bump. Oba Femi has to leave that fucking arena with a victory over Cody Rhodes. It's necessary. If Oba Femi does not beat Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event, the voices, the trolls, they're going to get louder and fucking louder and keep saying that, oh, Triple H is racist. He's not going to let him. Shit that I don't agree with. You got to have Oba Femi beat Cody Rhodes. He has to. He has to. Submit his calling card so when he does come up, everybody knows he's a threat. Everybody. If you have Cody Rhodes beat him, don't call Oba Femi up in the next year. Keep him in NXT a whole fucking other year. Send him to TNA to win that title. Do something. Just don't call him up because it'll be a mute fucking point. It'll be a mute point. There's a good chance that this will be one of the last videos I make about John Cena. So goddamn it, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna take my time talking about John Cena. Okay. Let's talk about this heel turn. Let's talk about his career. Let's talk about my personal feelings about John Cena from beginning to end here. Because this is also my goodbye to John Cena. Unless we'll start talking about historic rankings or something like that. This is likely one of the last videos I'm going to get to make about John Cena. When John Cena first showed up, Ruthless Aggression Era came out face to face. Kurt Angle challenged them. I said, "The fuck is this dweeb?" Like he just looked. John Cena was one of the most generic wrestlers I ever seen. He came out with his early 2000s haircut and some fucking wrestling trunks, if you believe it, some wrestling trunks, and challenged Kurt Angle. And I just instantly was like, Kurt Angle's gonna kill this guy. And John Cena hung with him, which is something, like I said, that we don't have to see from Gunther tonight. But that moment right there, that was iconic to Cena's career. Flash forward, it's funny because Cena always tells the story about like how he almost got fired in between that moment and the Dr. Thugonomics moment. I swear I do not remember an instance between that time where I felt like Cena was being punished or anything. I felt like he was just a new wrestler doing new wrestler shit. But then my favorite iteration of John Cena came about. The Doctor of Thugonomics. The Doctor of Thugonomics. My favorite version of John Cena. At that moment in time, John Cena was far, by far my favorite wrestler. By far. Like, because I felt like he was a wrestler I could relate to. He was out there dressing like we were dressing at that time, talking the way we were talking at that time. Like, but nowhere in my mind, as much as I like Cena at that time, I felt like they would never put a world title on Cena at that point. I thought to myself, okay, yeah, he'll be a good US champion. He'll be a good intercontinental champion. Because that's the ceiling. Because as far as I knew, nobody that dressed or acted like that was going to be given a world championship. It was a gimmick. It was a gimmick. John Cena was pissing on graves, throwing bags of nuts at people. He was rapping on top of rooftops and shit. Like, that was my favorite scene. He was rap battling and shit. He had fucking Bull Buchanan with him. Was calling him B Square. Like, bruh, like, come on now. Like, that was my favorite version of John Cena. So, got to give much respect and appreciation to that point in his career. So then, of course, we had him. He won the U.S. title, turned into a spinner belt, and then he had his feud with JBL. Now, keep in mind, this JBL was hunting people on the border. Like, I'll be honest, from my perspective, it was kind of just like JBL was a racist character without saying he was racist. Like, he kind of showed like, and I felt like that's what the whole gimmick was about. Like, even though John Cena wasn't black, it was almost like John Cena was representing like you know what I'm saying? Like, he going against JBL, this fucking foghorn leghorn billionaire, fucking oil tycoon landman motherfucker coming out with fucking chiefs of defense, fucking Orlando Jordan, fucking the lady had the shit on her face that the boogeyman ate. I'm talking about the cabinet. He had the cabinet with him. And John Cena, for a second, he had to beef with Orlando Jordan, got Orlando Jordan the fuck up out of there. He had to deal with all that bullshit. And he finally got his shot. And while I thought once John Cena got the shot once he got his shot against JBL at WrestleMania, I knew. I knew. At that moment in time, I knew that John Cena was going to end up being champion. There was no way in hell riding that wave of momentum that he was riding going into WrestleMania that he wasn't going to beat JBL. And I couldn't believe that shit was about to happen because I didn't think that they would put the belt on somebody like Cena, and they did. Then I can't explain to you, because keep in mind, this period of time, I'm a young man. I'm a young man at this period of time. I can't explain why my feelings towards Cena started to change. I don't know if it was because it was a hive mind and I was just starting to be like the rest of the fucking crowd, but I basically just started to turn on Cena. Like, he was feuding with Edge, and I'm trying to remember pinpoint the very minute I started like saying, I don't fuck with Cena. I do think it was around he got traded to Raw. That's where it kind of started because, I'm gonna be completely honest. This is gonna sound fucked up. When Cena started to become like military Cena, I think I resented that. I think I resented them taking away the version of Cena that I could relate to, the Dr. Thugonomics, the Cena I can relate to. I think I resented them taking that Cena away. And I think a lot of fans felt like that. I think even a lot of the fans that don't look like me, even think like that a lot of those fans start to resent that they took that version of Cena away. Because it by far is the coolest version of John Cena. And they took him away and they made him start wearing like fucking fatigues and saluting and wearing dog tags and shit. And it was kind of like, I feel like maybe that was a more true depiction of who John Cena is. But I wanted the John Cena that rap, goddamn it. And they took that away. He had that his greatest feud of all time was definitely with Edge. Like, that can't even be like disputed. That was probably Edge, CM Punk, Believe it or not, The Miz, like Randy Orton, of course. How can we forget Randy Orton? So those, if I had to rank it, honestly, I would go Cena Edge, Cena Orton, Cena Punk, Cena Miz. Like, I feel like those are his top 4 career feuds. A lot of other ones have been one-offs and things like that. I mean, you could put Cena and Brock up there, but I felt like, for the most part, their feuds have never been booked correctly. They've never been booked correctly. So that's where I'm at on that. So then we had the period of time where he's just Super Cena. He's wearing different color shirts every week. And I'm telling you, I was definitely a fucking Cena sucks person. Hated John Cena. Wanted him to go away, go far, far away. And then he did. And you know what they always say? They say absence makes the heart grow fonder. And that's basically what happened with John Cena. That's basically what happened with John Cena in my experience with being a John Cena fan and sometimes John Cena hater. Because after he started taking those long breaks, I started to appreciate him being there longer. Like, even his last run, it was kind of just like you start to realize that it's going to be over soon. So I start to appreciate those moments. So part-time Cena, where Super Cena I hated, I loved part-time Cena because it was just the right amount of Cena for me to be like, okay, this is something I can get behind. Then we took a brief break from part-time Cena, and somehow we got a weird heel Cena. And I'm still trying to figure that shit out. I definitely think when the smoke clears and it's all done and settled, there definitely, I think, was some backstage politics going on that made that shit seem so clunky. Because the moment that Cena turned heel was one of the biggest moments in wrestling history. And I hate that as a content creator for wrestling, that I didn't take advantage of it at that time. But I wasn't where I am now as far as like knowing how and what I want to record. I wasn't there like I am now, but I wish I was that time because, man, I would have loved to make some content about him turning heel. But if I could look into a crystal ball and see how that shit turned out, I might have just said never fucking mind because it was a horrible heel turn. The heel turn, not the heel turn itself, but the follow-up from him keeping his music but just turning the screen black. From him, the first few weeks of him going to the ring and talking about how shitty the fans were, I was with it. Him cheating to win matches, that was interesting. But the abrupt end to it was just, shit, it was garbage. Like, I can't put it no other way. And I would love to find out what really happened with that when the time comes. I would love to find out what happened because I definitely feel like it's some backstage politics. But once we got to that weird moment of time, Cena's just been back putting everybody over. And now he's in his last match, which if I had to make a prediction on, I would say that he's going to win his last match. Saturday night's main event will tell us how WWE treats its legends, and it will tell us about how WWE sees its future. I'm MFG DeeZ. Until episode 8.
I'm so tired. What am I going to do?
Quick shout out to our sponsor, W Energy. If you need focus without the sugar crash, this is that clean energy option. No jitters, no weird aftertaste. I use it when I'm ending or recording late. If you want to try it, use my code MFG DeeZ. That's MFG DeeZ at the checkout. Appreciate W for supporting the show. Now let's get back to this wrestling content.